Know how I do it. I do these daily check-ins, daily, Monday through Friday, around noon. So about 12:30. I'm a little late, but that's okay. Um, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Monday. I'm fresh back, feeling good. Back from the East Coast, back from Connecticut, Mystic Seaport, Connecticut, as you can see in the background. Um, Man, it was a good time. It was a good time. It was very educational. Learned some things. Learned about the area. I had to take out my map of everything. You know what I mean? Geography and all that kind of stuff. But no, it was all good, and it's always good to connect with people. Either reconnect with people or connect with new people, right? And build relationships and network and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna get into it as I'm going through the slides here, as whatever I'm gonna talk about today. You guys know I always have an agenda, right? It's not just I come on here just to be talking. It's always some type of agenda, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I just want you to know that the photos or the videos that will be in the backdrop will be either Mystic Seaport, Connecticut, or the Mohegan Sun Hotel Entertainment Center, casino, resort, convention center, all that stuff in one building. It's going to be about that as well. But let's see. Oh, let me turn on the chat. I'm sorry. So you guys are more than welcome to make comments as I am doing this. Let me just make sure that is on. There we go. Make sure I am live on. I should be live on LinkedIn as well as YouTube as always. But let me just make sure. Let's see. I didn't. I know I'm live on YouTube as always. YouTube is always good, right? But sometimes LinkedIn is a little trippy sometimes. Can I say that? A little trippy? Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. That's a good view. I love that view right there. The sparkling water, the sun hitting the water at the right spots, that kind of thing. And whoever that is walking around and over there, I'm pretty sure she was with our group. I just don't know who it was. But anyway, that's okay. So, like I said, this is Mystic Seaport in Connecticut. I think Mystic is the area or the county. It's right outside of Unks, Unks, Unk, Uncasville, okay, Connecticut, which is where Mohegan Sun is located. Okay, so it's right outside of there. But I want to say the county is called Mystic. If not, please forgive me, but it's definitely in Connecticut. Okay, so Mystic, I believe, is either the county or the area section, the region, something like that. But in fact, I bought a magnet that said Mystic, Connecticut. So I'm thinking it may be the city. I don't know. But anyway, on my refrigerator, I have it on my I have a magnet on my refrigerator because everywhere I go, a lot of people do this. Everywhere I go, I want to make sure I get a memento of that, of me being in that area. So, what's the better memento than a magnet to put on your refrigerator? So when you go, open the refrigerator, you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember Mystic Seaport. Boom, in Connecticut. Oh yeah, flew into Rhode Island. So anyway, I'm just rambling now. So anyway, so what am I talking about today? Like I said, I always have an agenda. So today is I just returned from Destination East. Now what? Okay, so I went to Destination East, which is a trade show networking opportunity for. I do hotel site selection. Okay, so hotel site selection basically is assisting companies and organizations with finding that right hotel for their convention, their conference, their retreat, um, their whatever, their reunion, whatever their event is. My job is to do site selection, find that hotel site for their event. Rooms, meeting space, all the bells and whistles that come along with that. So that's my job to find that, right? So this was an event where it brought in hotel site selection people or meeting planners in with hotel people, salespeople, as well as people from the DMO world or CVB world. Okay, so salespeople from the CVB or destinations, and then hotel salespeople as well. So it brought us all together to talk about a common goal, and that's booking business. Okay, so that's at the end of the day, it's about booking business. It's about making the relationships or building those relationships. People that maybe you didn't know before, and now you know now, right? So you want to keep in touch with those people. So I just returned from Destinations East, which is part of the North Star meetings group events. Did I say that right? North Star meetings group and events. Okay, there you go. There you go. So it's part of it. So Destination East, Destination West is all part of North Star. Okay, so they do a great job. Did I mention that? Yeah, they do a great job. So anyway, I just returned. So what do you do after that? I always mention this, and I've mentioned this before. So this is not a new topic, so to speak, but sometimes you have to, I can't come on here and just do things one time and expect everybody to get it, to understand it, right? So sometimes you have to reiterate what you talked about before. And maybe this time I'll go a little bit more in detail. I'm not sure, but because I don't remember the last time I talked about it, but I know I mentioned it before, right? But so when you return, and this is as a meeting planner or hotel site selection perspective, okay? Not for the hotel. Hotels do their own thing, right? This is from my perspective. So I just returned from destination East. Now what? What should I be doing? Okay, so what should I do? What are the steps that I should take to make sure I don't forget things, make sure I follow up? Well, I'm gonna take you through like 6 things today and another 6 things tomorrow. Okay, of course, I always do things in 2 days sections, right? So I don't want to do it all at one time, because these things, like about 20 minutes, right? I try to keep these daily check-ins to about 20 minutes or so. So because we all got stuff to do. I got stuff to do too. So okay, be patient. So this is the Mohegan Sun. This the backdrop here is the Mohegan Sun. This is my guest room, right? So it's a suite, and this is of course, this is the living room area. Okay, so it had a separate, bedroom. Of course, is one bedroom, pretty good size bathroom with separate tub and shower and all that kind of stuff. Now I showed this already last week. The room and the bedroom as well as the bathroom, I believe, all that stuff. So I'm only gonna show the living room right now. Okay, there you go. Okay, all right, we good. So okay, so just returned from destination East. Now what? What do you do now? Come on now. Number one, send handwritten thank you cards or emails, right? So some people, they may say, "Oh, that's so old school, send handwritten, blah blah." Oh, I had 20 appointments. Okay, so if you can't handwrite 20 cards to thank people for meeting them, then what are you doing, right? So it's all about them. It's not about you. It's all about the feeling that they're gonna get when you send that card to them. Okay, it's not about the feeling you get from writing it. You know what I mean? It's the feeling they get, and they're like, "Oh my God, he thought enough of me to give me a handwritten card." Okay, that's different. But I understand in lieu of time and people are busy, emails are fine. But what I'm trying the point I'm trying to get across is that we do something to communicate with people. Okay, so people that you met with, if that's via email, that's fine. If that's handwritten card, that's even better. But make sure you are communicating with them after you return. Okay, this is when the work starts. I always mention that for hotel people. The work starts when you get back to the office. Well, the work started for me when I got back to the office as well. So it's no different for us. It should not be any different for us that we keep in touch with people because we may need them. They may need us, but we may need them as well. Okay, so real quick, let me just send thank you notes or emails. Begin by sending personalized thank you emails to each person or thank you cards to each person you met. Express your gratitude for their time and insights. Mention specific points of discussion or any valuable information they provided during your conversations. This initial step helps cement positive impression. Okay, what you want to do is of course, yeah, you want to make a positive impression on people. So you want to be professional. So you want to make sure you follow up with a handwritten note or an email just to say, "Hey, remember we talked about this? Remember we talked about that? I just want to get back to you and let you know this, A, B, C, or D, whatever that is, whatever you had a conversation with." And I always make sure I take notes, when I'm meeting with people, just kind of like write a little note to the side and say, you know, we talked about this particular meeting, or they said they're going to send me more photos about their renovation. The renovation that just got completed, and he's going to send me more photos or something like that. So whatever you remember talking about, make sure you bring those things up, and that's kind of they'll remember, right? Like, oh yeah, that's right. He mentioned that, and okay, let me go ahead and send that to him. So just make sure you follow up. Uh, Handwritten notes, I love those. In fact, I love to get them. You know what I mean? So who wouldn't love to get a handwritten note? Because that's so 10, 20 years ago. Okay, so people don't do it anymore. So who's gonna remember? You're gonna remember that or the emails that you get from tons of people. Just think about that. Number two, exchange contact information. Now, of course, you should have exchanged contact information there, but let's just say you didn't, right? So you want to follow up. If you didn't already exchange business cards or contact information during the trade show, request it now. Having accurate contact details is essential for future communication. So just make sure that the information you got from them at the trade show is the same information, right? So just confirm it, and you may be able to confirm it from an email if you sent to them, right? So you get a return email and it has the same information. Well, boom, there you go. Then you have the same information, right? So you're good. So just make sure you do have that because a lot of times we don't exchange cards anymore. In fact, I have Blink on my phone, right? You guys familiar with Blink? Is it BLIQQ? It's a free app on iPhones that you can. It's basically those the new cars that have come out. They cost like $30, $40, where you can just basically tap it on your phone and that information goes from the card to your phone. Well, the same thing with Blink, okay? And Blink is free. Blink costs $30 to $40, okay? Blink is free. It's a free app. Hey, policy is the one for me. Yes, old school rules. Love the handwritten note. It will be very impactful. Yes, it's about that being impactful. Thank you very much. I believe that's probably next slide. So let me see who exactly is that. Let me just make sure I just tune in over here. What am I doing here? So, Policy, how are you, Policy? It's been a while since you and I have communicated. Policy. Who was that? That was okay. That's Jim Schichter. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. See, I had to look it up. So thank you, Jim Schichter. Appreciate that. Jim Schichter says, in fact, let me put these comments on the board first. Policy. He says, hello, Russell. Hello to you, Policy. Appreciate you coming on. Hope you have been well. It's been a minute since you and I have had a conversation. Policy is out there in Brazil. Okay, just so you guys know, this is an international show. All right. If you didn't know, now you know it's an international show. And this is from Jim Schichter. Old school rules. Love the handwritten note. It's very impactful. Yes, it's very impactful. Like I said, when I get them, I'm bragging about the people that send it to them. Okay, that's just what I do, right? So they're very impactful. Don't forget. The last one I received was from Debbie Vale with Pasadena CBD. So that tells you how much an impact that it had on me because I remember the card. I don't get them all the time. I may get once every couple of years that someone will send me a handwritten card. And Debbie Vale sent me a card handwritten based on some of the things that I was talking about that, how an impact is, how impactful it is if you send a handwritten card. So she's heard me and send that. And she wrote a little note and everything on it. So thank you so much. See, Debbie Vale, I'm still talking about you. Debbie Vale, she's with Pasadena CVB. Okay, so she's making stuff happen. She's making a difference out there. So thank you. And then Policy says, I'm good, my friend. How are you? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So been traveling a little bit and was a little under the weather before I took the trip, but hey, I'm good now. But thank you so much, Policy, and thank you, Jim. Appreciate you guys coming on. So exchange information, contact information. I just mentioned that. If you don't, I'll just read it again. If you hadn't already exchanged business cards or contact information during the trade show, request it now. Having accurate contact details is essential to future communication. So just make sure, like I said, I mentioned the example of doing the blank cards as well. So on your iPhone, if you have an iPhone, it's an app, okay? BLIQQ, I believe. Blink, BLINQ, something like that. Blink. And I can't do it right now because I'm looking on my phone. So hold on a second. Let me just see. What is it called? You know what? Now that that's got me, I want to say it's Blink. BL. Yeah, BLINQ. BLINQ. It basically just has a QR code. Can I show you that? It has a QR code with my information on it, right? So you probably can barely see that. I'm not sure, but they just basically scan the QR code and all the information is on there, my picture and everything. It all goes onto their phone. Okay. So then it gives you the option to put your information in there as well. So I have your information as well. So you get both information, both people's my information, and I'll get your information because it'll send you a notification that Russell is now in your contact. And do you want to do the same thing? Basically, and you just yes. So if you already have contact information in there, it will just copy it and send it back, send it over to those people or whoever you did the break contact with in the first place. So yeah, so just make sure, and it's free 99. Okay, it's not that $30-$40 that some other people have been paying for, or yeah, and they lose the card. It's like a steel card or whatever, and people have been losing it. Like you lost it, yeah. I'm like, just do the phone thing. You don't have to do all that. But okay. Next one. Number 3, schedule follow-up meetings. Schedule follow-up meetings. Um, in your initial thank you email, suggest scheduling follow-up calls or meetings to discuss potential collaborations or partnership opportunities. Mention specific dates and times that worked for you. Be open to their schedule preferences as well. So yeah, so make sure, because we don't know where you left this conversation off in wherever you guys met. Like say I just came back from, excuse me, let me put that over here. So I just came back from the Destination East in Connecticut, right? There may be some conversation that we left off. I left off with some individuals, right? So I want to make sure that if there's something out there that's pending, maybe it was a site inspection that I wanted to come or site tour that they had invited me to. I want to follow up with that, right? So make sure you follow up with meetings, via phone, via Zoom or however you want to set it up, but make sure you follow those things up. So it should be no loose ends or no untied ends right after the trade show. So just make sure that you're following up on that stuff. Number 4, share your capabilities. What does that mean? Share your capabilities. Provide a brief overview of, like, for me, I'll provide a brief overview of Russell of Hotels, my expertise and the services that I offer, and what do I do? I'm a hotel site selection person and content creator. So I want to make sure I throw those things out there just in case they forgot, make sure you let them know again. That's okay. Um, Highlight how your services can benefit their hotel or their DMO and make their job easier when it comes to hosting meetings, conferences, retreats, or conventions. Yeah, so you want to make it as easy as you can for them, right, to bring business to them, right? So this is what I can do. These are the clients that I have. And a lot of them, they have the notes anyway that they know, but there may be some other programs that may be coming up or may have come up since you met them, right? Hey, I just talked to a client and they're interested in this particular area, your particular area, or your hotel or whatever. So you just want to, get them up to speed on, there's a couple other groups that you have that are pending that may be suitable for their particular hotel or their location. So you just want to make sure you stay on top of that. Number 5, customize your approach. Tailor your follow-up messages to each individual's specific interests and needs. Their personalization, this personalizes, this personalization, demonstrates that you value their unique circumstances and objectives. So don't just do a one size fits all. Personalize it to them, to their hotel, to their destination, based on our conversation, that kind of thing. So that way they know, okay, he knows exactly who I am. He's not just sending me just the same thing that he sent Joe Schmo. You know what I mean? He's sending me things based on the conversation that him and I had during this show. So make sure you customize your approach, right? Customize it based on what you're looking for, based on what they can provide, right? This is what I remember about your hotel or your destination. Kind of personalize it that way. So because every group is different, right? Every group that you're representing is different than any other group that someone else is representing. I mean, even I can be representing two groups. Both groups are different. Okay, they have different needs. They have different everything. Okay, so just make sure you personalize it or customize it for whoever you're sending it to. And the sixth one, I can't even see that. Let me move that over. Discuss potential collaborations. Explore potential collaboration opportunities with hotel salespeople or DMO people as well. This could involve partnering on event packages, special rates, or referral programs. With DMO salespeople, discuss ways you can work together to promote destinations. So there you go. So just make sure you're communicating with that, and any kind of collaborations that can come up that you can include someone else in, either the hotel salesperson or the salesperson with the DMO or CVB. That those names are interchangeable. You want to make sure you do that, right? Because it's all about collaboration, right? It's all about getting together, sharing ideas, bringing business. However you want to look at it, it's all about. It starts with a collaboration, okay? Just like going to these trade shows and everything. It's about collaborations. It's about following up and then collaborating on certain things, right? So maybe we don't collaborate on me bringing a piece of business there. Maybe we collaborate on doing some marketing for them, doing some content creating, because those are things that I do as well, right? But they won't know that unless I tell them, right? So I'm there as a hotel site selection person, right? That's where I met them. But based on if they go to my website, based on if they see some of the things that I do on LinkedIn or YouTube or whatever, they'll see that I'm a content creator as well, right? To me, it goes hand in hand. Hotel site selection and content creating go hand in hand to me because this is a way of me creating content for all the hotels that I've been through or the trade shows that I've attended. It's a way of me to remember that hotel, and it's a way to promote it to the world, right? To like Jim's seeing this and Paula C is seeing this. They may never have been to this hotel before, but they see I'm talking about the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. Okay, so I mean this picture right here in the backdrop. This is the living room that I stayed in, right? So I actually stayed at this hotel, right? So this is firsthand information. I'm not giving you information that someone else told me. I'm giving you information about the hotel, the resort, the convention center, the casino that I experienced, right? So it's all about my experience, not somebody told me. It's about me, right? It's about me. And the last, see, this is in fact, this is the hotel. This is the greater lobby area, if you will. Um, and this steps down, right? So I'm at the lobby level, and it goes down to where the casino is, and some restaurants and some shops and all that kind of stuff. So it's a huge place. It's a hotel, casino, resort, conference, and event center, entertainment center, right? So they do concerts, just like a lot of the casinos, say like in Vegas do. They do a lot of those kind of things. In fact, they had Lauren Hill on Friday. Last Friday, Lauren Hill was performing. Of course, we left on Thursday, so we didn't get a chance to experience that. But that's the type of entertainment that they would have. So it's 1,600 rooms, 275,000 square feet of meeting space. Okay, so those are the vitals. Those are the statistics of this property because every meeting planner, every hotel site selection person wants to know what are the vitals of that hotel. They don't say vitals. That's something I just made up, right? But what are the vitals? Well, it's 1,600 rooms. It's 275,000 square feet of meeting space, and I believe it's 36 separate meeting rooms. So within that 275,000, that there is 36 rooms, 36 meeting rooms makes up the 275,000 square feet of meeting space. And like I said, it's a casino. And for what I understand, there's like 6 areas where the casinos are. So it's not like all bunched in together, right? So it's 6 different areas where there's different casinos within the same building. So yeah, it's interesting. They have a sports book as well. So anything that Vegas has, they have here, but it's not as over the top as a lot of the places in Vegas are. They're just just out of the, just, over the top, and it, just opulent, and just, oh my God, just, bells and whistles. This is not like this. This is real reserved. And in fact, I like this better, to be honest with you, right? I don't really, I ain't gonna say I don't like Vegas. Vegas is cool and all that, but I got a better feeling here at the Mohegan Sun that I have at any casino in Vegas, because although it's 1,600 rooms, it it felt kind of homey. It didn't feel like, oh, it's just a casino and I'm going here to throw all my money away. I felt good about giving them my money. I don't know what it is, but I felt good about it. What I mean? Here, take this money. No, I'm joking. I didn't gamble at all. To answer your question, I did not gamble at all. Okay, so, but anyway, so this is the Mohegan Sun, which is located in Unksville, Huntsville, Connecticut, right outside of Rhode Island. I flew into Rhode Island and then took a shuttle, or actually a town car, from Rhode Island to Connecticut. It's about, I want to say it's 55 miles from the Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island airport to Unksville, which is where this Mohegan Sun is. So about 55-minute drive. So about an hour or so, not bad at all. Get a chance to see the countryside and see things that we don't see in California. Like little farm stands, pumpkins, and I never seen a place where they had corn where you can pick corn. I never seen that before. I've been to like the little farm side markets or whatever, where maybe they were selling corn, but you actually got to shuck your own corn. Is that what it's called? When you pick it, is it shucking? I don't know, whatever. Taking it off the stalk. You actually got a chance to do that. I've never seen that before, right? So it was kind of cool. And then apple cider. I don't know what it is about like the East Coast and certain areas in apple cider, but it seemed like their apple cider is a lot better than any apple cider that I ever had. Like, especially the warm apple cider. I don't know what that's all about, but they got it going on. Okay, so those are things that I experienced. Everything with me starts with food, right? So, and they did a great job with the non-meat eats, and I appreciate that. I appreciate Destination East and everybody that was involved with menu selection and all that stuff, for making sure they included people like me that had dietary restrictions or dietary needs, meaning I need more vegetables than more people. Okay, I eat more vegetables than most people, and they're very creative about it too, right? So I appreciate that. So appreciate the Mohegan Sun. I thank the chef on another daily check-in, so I'll thank him again. So thank you, chef, again. I don't know his name or her name, but thank you, chef, for doing a great job. I appreciate that, and because not everybody can do vegan food well or vegetables well, and they definitely did. So I do appreciate that. So once again, this is the Mohegan Sun in Huntsville, Connecticut. I think that's all I had today. Tomorrow, remember, I'll go over the other six. Oh, tomorrow, I'm sorry. Tomorrow's On Air with Russell of Hotels. Okay, On Air with Russell of Hotels is my live hospitality talk show. It's different, a little different from this. This is a daily check-in, and this goes about 30 minutes. Now, On Air with Russell of Hotels comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. That goes about an hour. Okay, so it goes at least an hour, and I go into a little bit more detail about certain things. Right, I'm not sure what the topic will be tomorrow, but it definitely will be a good topic. Okay, so you want to make sure you tune in. But it's on LinkedIn, it's on YouTube, just like this is as well, with the replay on the same platforms. And also, I put this on what do you call it? Facebook and Twitter, or X, or whatever the heck they call themselves now. So I put it on there as well. So you can find it wherever you listen to, and then it's a podcast, a traditional podcast with the audio. So you can feel free to download it, upload it from Spotify, and you can take me on the go. So there you go. There you go. Take me on the go. So I think that is it. I just wanted to talk about those things. I attended a trade show last week. Now what? If you did not hear this in its entirety, just replay it, because it's not going anywhere, and gives you some tips from a meeting planner or hotel site selection perspective, okay? Not from the hotel or the DMO perspective. This is what should you do, okay? Once you do one of these shows, what do you do? What's your job now? So my job starts when I get back to the hotel. I mean, get back to my office as well. Just like the hotel people or the DMO people, the job starts when they get back to the office because you can't do all these things while you're in the middle of a conference, while you're learning and networking and all that stuff. You should be taking notes. You should be doing all that stuff. And also, which I did not mention, is that I use a what is it called? Excuse me, hotel. What is it called? Salesforce. Okay, so I use Salesforce as a way of putting my information together, right? So any cards that I get, any information, any notes that I take, I put that in Salesforce. That way, it's not just handwritten notes and they're gonna get lost. No, I take those handwritten notes and put them into Salesforce. Or the emails that I get, I copy and paste those emails and put them into Salesforce. So when I bring up that particular name or that destination or that hotel, those notes are right there. Their contact name is there. All the stuff is there. So that's what I use. Yeah, it's what is it, about $20 a month to use that, Salesforce or whatever. But I think it's money well spent, right? So it's something that you need a CRM. Every hotel has a CRM. Every DMO has a CRM. So you have to have your own CRM. So mine is Salesforce, and like I said, just Salesforce.com, and you can do it. You can do it too. You can use it too. So anyway, so I think that is it. Thank you again, Policy. Thank you, Jim Schechter. Appreciate you guys coming on, and we'll do this again tomorrow at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for On Air with Russell of Hotels. So thank you guys again. Thank you again, Mohegan Sun. Thank you, Destination East. And I believe that's it. And until tomorrow, as always,